Hello, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first video with me, I apologize that I'm sleepy, but hey, so I'm getting ready for bed. Still in the process. I've taken my vitamins. I still haven't washed my face or anything, but I figured why not go through the progress of figuring out what book I want to read to put myself to sleep. Because I do a thing that a lot of people say that you shouldn't do. I read in bed. Because, well, it helps me fall asleep. I always have the same problem of figuring out what book I want to read if I'm not currently reading anything. So, now of course there's, kind of like guidelines on what you should and shouldn't read when you want to fall asleep. For example, reading a thriller or a mystery of any type is a very bad idea for me because I want to be able to sleep. I need to wake up in the morning and go to work. So as much as I want to start reading this book, it's not happening. Not tonight. I could read Agatha Christie because Agatha Christie is, it is a mystery and not quite a thriller because sometimes exciting things happen, but it's not the type of thriller where you are constantly worrying about your characters, as I suspect that this book is. In this, it's more like brain Olympics. You're trying to use your two brain cells to figure out what is happening along with the characters. So Agatha Christie is often a very good companion for me when I'm going to sleep because her writing style is pretty easy. Another classic author that I like reading before I go to sleep is Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels because he didn't write in chapters, he wrote in like little segments, and it does make it really easy to want to continue because you're like, well, one more scene, but at the same time there are also really nice pausing stops, good places to stop for the night. You could also read a manga. Does depend on the manga. Some manga are really heavy on the plot lines, and like I might be able to read Jujutsu Kaisen and not Junji Ito's, for example, Dissolving Classroom. I would not read that before going to bed. This, however, probably light enough. If I really want to fall asleep, I could just read London A to Z Street Atlas. I mean, if I really want to fall asleep. Not a bad idea to read before going to bed would be a cookbook. Mainly because you look at something, tasty looking, you just get hungry. And that's probably not a good idea. When you want to go to sleep, you would rather like to roll over and fall asleep rather than get up and go to the kitchen to find something in the refrigerator. So it's probably not a good idea either to start reading any type of classic. For example, Ulysses, mainly because it's so thick and heavy that I'm bound to drop it on my head and knock myself out. Would work, but would probably not be a good idea. Although these itty bitty writing letters, the itty bitty lettering, it would definitely put me to sleep. Or I might continue reading poetry. This has actually been really nice, Pam Ayres on Animals. It's my first time reading Pam Ayres poetry, and they are sweet, they are nice, and they are poems, they are writings, different type of writings, like little essays and little short stories, and most of them are, sweet and short enough that it does help me fall asleep. Now I know that a lot of people say that you shouldn't read before you go to bed, or don't read in bed, it's gonna make it difficult to fall asleep. I've trained myself to read myself to sleep, so if I don't have a book to put my brain into a break, I'm liable to reach for my phone. But that's mostly on the nights when my neighbors are either playing with a ball or having a really loud argument. And that's a time when a book doesn't quite work out. But yeah, this was a rather silly idea of a video that I wanted to try and make. It's probably a bad idea. I feel really sleepy. But yeah. I'm gonna finish washing my face, put myself to bed, and see you later. Bless bless.